So we just got some pretty massive Risk of Rain news here, boys. If we go ahead here and look, Gearbox welcomes Risk of Rain to our family. After years of passionate publishing, working on Risk of Rain 2, we developed a deep love and respect for the IP. We are eager to prove ourselves as worthy custodians by continuing to bring you world-class content by ensuring a bright future for this genre-leading franchise. You gosh darn right, this is a genre-leading franchise, Gearbox. As for right now, we're working hard to bring Risk of Rain 2's Survivors of the Void DLC to consoles. We also can't wait to share more details soon about a very special passion project that we're working on together with our great friends at Hopoo. It's a true love letter to the community. How many times have we heard that? Seriously, in modern gaming, this is a true love letter. This is a work of passion for the community. It's like, dude, you're just trying to make money off of us. Just be transparent with that. But let's just take this at face value, okay? Gearbox has been the publisher of Risk of Rain 2 for quite some time. I don't remember exactly when they acquired. They just acquired the IP, which is a whole different thing, which I'm about to talk about. But they've been the publisher for Risk of Rain. I want to say for about 2 years-ish. Someone please put in the comments if you know the exact date. I could look it up as well. It's not really that important to the conversation here. Point is, they have been the publisher, which publishers just handle with like the distribution, the QA, the quality assurance, so the testing of the patches before they actually go live, etc., etc. They've already been doing that. They're essentially the people who provide the money for the developers to actually make the game. Now they own Risk of Rain, not Hopoo Games. That's a very important distinction. They own the Risk of Rain IP, the franchise itself. However, that does mean that they get pretty much full creative control over the game because it's not Hopoo's game anymore. So Hopoo may be the ones developing it, but Gearbox is saying, do this, do that. I don't want it that way. I want it this way. They have full creative control over it. That is exactly what this means. And if you don't know anything about Gearbox's track record in terms of their creative vision for games and their gradual, they had a bit of a rise up, right? Gearbox wouldn't be the company they are today without some pretty good titles. Okay, Borderlands is their most well-known one, but they have been on a sharp downturn for quite some time in terms of like the general gamer consensus, we'll call it. If you haven't been aware of that, now you are. If you want to refute that in the comments, okay, go ahead. If you're a big Gearbox fanboy, I don't care. I don't like Gearbox. I'm assuming most people do not like Gearbox as well. This does not bode well for Risk of Rain, unfortunately. This now screams... The part that I'm excited about is the special passion project because Hopoo put out, I think this was like right after the Survivors of the Void DLC came out. So it's been a while now. It's been, what, like 7 months or something? It came out in March, around March or April. They put out a brief little GIF of Chef walking in Risk of Rain 1. With the same art style, just looked like it was, touched up a little bit, a little HD-ified. So I think what this is going to be is a remake of Risk of Rain 1, just a HD remake, which should be awesome. Like, I'm looking forward to that. There might be more to it as well. So I'm excited for the last part. Well, not the actual, not the, it's a true love letter to the community. Not the corporate PR BS. I don't care about that. But I truly think that whatever they're working on at Hopoo, because they haven't really told us what they're doing in quite some time, I think it's going to be awesome. But that being said, also, I want to make it clear here that when they say we are working hard to bring Risk of Rain 2's Survivors of the Void DLC to consoles, that's Gearbox's fault because they were the ones originally in charge of porting the game to console. If you play on console, or if you have friends that play on console, or if you've seen people play on console, you know the current state of the game. I'm not kidding when I say if Risk of Rain 2 on PC is like a 9 out of 10, Risk of Rain 2 on consoles is legitimately like a 6, maybe even like a 5. The amount of bugs and the amount of truly gameplay altering things, it's just unacceptable for a game. It's like legitimately a worse experience by quite some margin. And that's Gearbox. That's Gearbox for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the love and care that they have for the franchise, the IP. Dude, so I'm not going to get too long-winded here. I probably already have been ranting a little bit, but this really, really irks me. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was disappointed in Hopoo. But also, this came from a group called Embracer Group owns Gearbox, and they had a massive merger. They own 12 different studios. They freaking own THQ Nordic. I don't know who PlayOn is, probably like a mobile company. Coffee Stain, which I think is another indie company. like tons of games. Saber Interactive, that's a huge company as well. I just know that by name. So they own a lot of different companies. They also own Gearbox, and they had like some massive merger. It, truth be told, does not bode well for the Risk of Rain franchise, if I'm being completely blunt with you. If I'm being some fear mongerer over here, please let me know in the comments. If you think you have more info on this, please let me know. I would love to hear it. But yeah, it's not looking good, boys.